Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahwashai, Ba'asham, Achak, Wadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of great millstone who rule, pushing this 100% truth of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahwashai. And salutations to all you sincere Alchemites that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and in all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. This is your brother Abba. I want doing another video, okay? So I'm a little late on this, okay, guys. I've done this video days ago, when it was still fresh on the elders feed. But basically, this is a it was something that I noticed when I was watching the elders video 2 days ago. This video like 3 days ago, but I hadn't gotten around to watching it until 2 days ago. I'm just doing the response now. So Salakia. Basically, you were talking about demons being real, and he was showing this woman, okay, which was obviously possessed by a demon. But when I saw this, okay, I realized that this is actually there's actually a technical name for this demonic possession, or rather, Esau has claimed it to be a certain illness called Tourette syndrome, okay, and it looked very similar to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a little bit of this video, okay, just to jog your memories on what this is about, and then I'll play maybe a short video concerning the Tourette syndrome, and maybe I'll get some precepts, okay. So let me play the video. Let me increase the quality.
Hold tight. Check this out.
Hey guys. It's been a little while since we had this talk. But I've been feeling like a lot better. And the Duce has been helping. I can honestly say the Duce has been helping me. I've been feeling a lot better.
Alright, so that should be enough. So basically what I want to do now, I'm going to play a video that would explain what this Tourette syndrome is about. And a lot of people, okay, this isn't just an isolated incident or something that is rare. This is actually something that has been recorded and classified by Esau, okay. This is something that happens to a lot of people out there. Alright, so I just want to let me play the video right now.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Tourette syndrome. So Tourette syndrome is a neuropsychiatric disorder which starts in childhood. So it's characterized by multiple muscle tics and vocal tics as well. To understand what a tic actually is, it's a non-rhythmic, sudden, random, either motor movement or vocalization. So the person who has Tourette syndrome could be twitching their muscles or moving their arm or shoulder uncontrollably and randomly, or they could be saying a certain word or making a certain noise. To be diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, you need to have multiple muscle tics and at least one vocal tic. Other diagnosis criteria for Tourette syndrome involve the symptoms occurring for at least 1 year, and lastly, the syndrome needs to start initially before the age of 18. Tourette syndrome usually occurs more frequently in those with ADHD and OCD. The exact cause of Tourette syndrome is unknown, but it's said to be associated with dysfunctions in the basal ganglia, the thalamus, and the frontal cortex. It's also said to be that there's a discommunication between the cortex and the subcortex, but the initial cause of Tourette syndrome is largely unknown. So it's said that with Tourette syndrome, the muscle tics usually occur from around 7 years old, and the vocal tics occur later on at around 11 years old. Finally, just to end the video, we're going to talk about the treatment methods for Tourette syndrome. So in minor cases, psychobehavioral therapy is usually enough to help identify trigger factors and help reduce the occurrence of tics. Antipsychotic medication can be used in more severe cases. These are medications like pimozide and haloperidol. In some cases, clonidine may also be useful. This is actually used to treat high blood pressure, but it does also help with reducing occurrence of tics, and clonazepam may also be used as well.
Alright, so you all should have seen that video. Okay, so now let me just get another. I have an article right here on the disease once again, Tourette syndrome. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a definition and some of the symptoms, and I'll get some precepts. Okay, because that's that woman, the Israelite woman that had that demon on her. It reminded me of this disease. Okay, because we already know how Esau works, man. He sees demonic possession. He sees the things of the spirit, and what does it do? And what does it do? He tries to carnalize it, make it, make it, fleshly. But we already know what the actual root cause of these things are. All right. So now, this is the definition overview. Tourette's syndrome is a disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds, which are called tics, that can't be easily controlled. For instance, you might repeatedly blink your eyes, shrug your shoulders, or blurt out unusual sounds or offensive words. Tics typically show up between ages 2 and 15, with the average being around 6 years of age. Males are about 3 to 4 times more likely than females to develop Tourette's syndrome. Although there is no cure for Tourette's syndrome, treatments are available. Many people with Tourette's syndrome don't need treatment when symptoms aren't troublesome. Tics often lessen or become controlled after the teen years. Alright, that's basically what I suspect. Esau would diagnose that woman with, which of course at the end of the day, let me just say this to be clear. I am not saying that this one is infected with some disease or anything like that. Okay, I'm not denying the fact that she has demons on her. Okay, because she definitely does. But what I am saying is that he already has a technical, his own carnal name for this, or rather carnal designation for this, sort of malady. Let me use that term. And so like I have to get the dictionary just to get that word malady, to make sure I didn't use it wrongly. Basically what that malady is an ailment, which of course, if you are being plagued by a demon, that is considered an ailment. So this is malady, and it reads: any ailment or disease of the body, especially a lingering or deep-seated disorder, a moral or mental defect or disorder, which is basically what this Tourette is. That's a trend that you see with Esauism. Majority of these mental disorders and even some illnesses are actually being caused by unclean spirits. Okay, but because Esau, being the devil that he is, or he loves to do what he loves to do. He loves to do this thing. He loves to categorize things falsely. The accuser of the brethren, right? He loves to categorize things falsely. Okay, because now, if you say that this is an unclean spirit, that is actual fact. Okay, can be backed up by science. Okay, but what this devil will do is make it seem as though you are crazy for saying that this is being caused by a spirit. Okay, and try to talk about how this is it, and a different type of disease, even though he does not know the cause of it. He does not have a cure for it. He barely even knows what it actually is. He just named it and just put it out there. The same thing with the disease, like the same thing with a lot of diseases that are out there, man. He doesn't even know what they actually are, but just put a name on it, groups them all together, and just leaves it at that. And that is why there is no. That's why this society has to go, man. There's no actual, treatments, or no actual medicine and healing. There's no actual healing being done in this kingdom, and that's why this place has to go down, right? Because if you have a sickness, man, that's basically it for you. So now continue. Symptoms of the Tourette syndrome: tics, and it is sudden brief, intermittent movements or sounds are the hallmark sign of Tourette syndrome. They can range from mild to severe. Severe symptoms might significantly interfere with communication, daily functioning, and quality of life. Tics are classified as simple tics. These sudden, brief, and repetitive tics involve a limited number of muscle groups. Complex tics. These distinct, coordinated patterns of movement involve several muscle groups, and what you are seeing happening to that woman will be something similar to a tick, okay, where your bodies and where your body moves in ways that involuntarily, where you say things that you don't actually want to say, your body moves in the way that you don't want to. All right, and that's basically going into these spirits that are doing this to the woman, okay, involuntary actions. The spirits are possessing her and making her to do or say things, moving her muscles in ways that she doesn't want to. And these devils out here, man, they know what it is, well, but they'll never admit to it, man. They don't want to give any they don't want to give any what I'm like. I can't. I've been on this for days now. I can't remember this word I'm looking for. But basically, they don't want to give it this. They don't want to recognize what this is actually is. Okay, what is causing this diseases basically. So I'm just going to go into it through a few of the tics, and it is common motor tics seen in Tourette syndromes: eye blinking, head jerking, shoulder shrugging, eye darting, nose twitching, mouth movements, hopping, bending or twisting, obscene gesturing, stepping in a certain pattern, repeated observed movements, touching or smelling objects. Alright, so now let me get a few presets and close out. Now this isn't going to be too long. I just wanted to just actually bring that out. So this is book of Luke chapter 9, and I'll start from verse 38. So this is the book of Luke 9 verse 38, and it reads, "And behold, a man of the company cried out, saying, Master, I beseech thee, look upon my son, for he is my only child. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly crieth out, and it teareth him that he foameth again, and bruising him hardly departed from him. And I besought thy disciples to cast him out, and they could not." So basically, what this is that spirits can actually control you. They can get on you, they can control your body, they can cause you to move, and can cause you to even bring harm to yourselves and other people. Okay, they can give you diseases. Right? They can do a variety of things to you, and this is all being done through the will, the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because, and this is just to make it very clear, that it's the Most High that puts spirits on people. It's the Most High that put that spirit on that lady from the beginning video. Okay, the Most High is the one that puts all these spirits, because the Most High that sends out these spirits. Okay, so let me get that. I'll close out with that. Because this preset right here is beautiful. There be spirits, right? Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 28, and it reads. So let me start from the top. No. So Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 28. "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them." And that's basically what those spirits are out. Those spirits are, and where do they come from? They come from the Father of spirits. And let me see if I can get that preset as well, because all spirits come from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay. Let me get that. Let me see if I can get that. All spirits come from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Whether left hand or right hand spirits, whether spirits for good or spirits for evil, even spirits for vengeance, evil angels and the like, all of them come from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So this is the book of Hebrews 12 verse 9, and it reads, "Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?" And that's it, okay, because you know who Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is, the Heavenly Father, the Father of spirits. In other words, all spirits belong to him. Even these wicked spirits that get on these individuals and do all this, and make them do all these things, and do all these things to them as well, okay, causing them to have different causing them to have different manifestations of these unclean spirits. But that's basically all I wanted to bring out on that. So yeah, with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor and glory once again unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rachak, Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and to the spirit of Akimayu Akwas were edified. Shalom.